In this video, I'm going to show you guys exactly how Ian was able to lose over 21 kgs or 46 pounds and continues to get fitter every day, despite him being 62 years old, him working till 4 a.m. He lives in Israel, but the people that he works with are in Australia and the US, all over the place, so he has to adjust the time zone. So his sleep suffered a lot before we started working together. He complained to me that he had a slow metabolism before we started working together. He still travels frequently, even more now than he did before, and has struggled with consistency his entire life. But not only was he able to lose the weight, he's also been able to keep the weight off for over 7 months now. So he's doing incredible, and I'm going to show you exactly how he was able to do that. In this video, I'm going to cover nutrition, tracking, training, communication, everything Ian did to get the results he did. So, firstly, in regards to nutrition, the very first thing I asked Ian to do was to write a list of everything he enjoyed eating, not to filter if it is expensive, healthy, convenient, just told him to write everything down. Once he did that, I told him to underline what's also healthy. And everything he underlined is both healthy and tasty. That was his meal plan. 80% of what he eats was that, what he wrote down and underlined. That's what I told him. I also told him that 10% to try new healthy foods because there's many foods that you don't know that taste good because you've never tried it. So once a month or so, go to the grocery store, try a food that you've never tried. And for him, it was beets, right? He didn't know that he liked beets because he never tried it. So that was the 10% that tried a new food, was success. Now it's healthy and tasty food. And 10% eat whatever you want. So not in this picture, but he had a cookie and ice cream later that night. If it's only 10% of your calories, it's completely fine. So that's what we did in regards to nutrition. And Ian didn't carry a food scale. He didn't use any tracking system to measure what he eats. He simply took a picture and let me know what it was. That simple. That's it. Texting and sending me a picture took 20 seconds, maybe 30 seconds. So very simple. And obviously, you can 100% eat healthy and tasty foods and still get great results. You don't have to limit yourself. I preach that consistent diet, the best diet is not about diminishing, but it's about expanding your taste buds. Because again, it's not like I told him you can't eat this, you can't eat that. I'd be like, hey, eat whatever you want, make sure it's also healthy, and try new foods that you know are healthy because you might find them tasty. That's what happens with beets. So that's what we did in regards to nutrition. In regards to workouts, this is a sample workout that I gave him. Again, most of my clients are extremely busy. They have kids, grandkids, busy jobs, a lot of things going on, work till crazy hours. I don't give my clients a 2 hour workout. I don't believe in that. Don't think that's necessary at all. So quick and efficient is how we like to do it. In regards to the workouts, everything is completely laid out. So there's no guesswork of what to do, when to do it, how, all of that. There's a written description of how to do everything. And there's also videos of me demonstrating how to do its exercise. I give my clients exact sets, reps, rest time, all of that, no guesswork. And what did he say here? He's very happy because he improved. I believe a few weeks before this, he could barely do any push ups. Now he can do a lot more. All about improvements, and that's what motivated him. A lot of people think they lack motivation, but in reality, they lack tangible results because if you see the scale go down, if you feel yourself getting stronger, you want to continue. One more note, as I mentioned, don't know how to do the exercise, simply click. There's a video of me demonstrating how to do the exercise. I'm talking here and written description as well, showing exactly what to do, what not to do, because if you do the form incorrectly, you'll get injured. We don't want that. The reason why Ian at 62 was able to get such phenomenal results is because he did the right exercises and he didn't injure himself. He continued moving forward. If he was to go on his own and he did the form incorrectly, he would have gotten injured and set himself back who knows how long. We don't want that. I also didn't give Ian the same workout I gave everyone else because people have different fitness levels, different level of equipment, different schedules, different past person injuries. So everything varies. So Ian told me he loved timed workouts. This is a rep workout because I tell him the amount of reps to do. Time workout would be if I tell him do this for 30 seconds or do this for 45 seconds. So he mentioned he liked that. I gave him more timed workouts. And if you do more of what you enjoy, it's not easier to be consistent with it, which is why, again, Ian was able to be consistent and get such phenomenal results. The reason why he told me previously that he struggled with being consistent, is because everything else he did in the previous years and decades where he tried to sustainably lose weight was not sustainable because he didn't enjoy it. People forced him to do exercises that were reps when in fact he liked timed. So obviously he wasn't consistent. And the great thing about this is there's so many ways to get the results you want. There's so many different paths that it's inevitable that at least a few of the paths will be a lot more enjoyable than the other paths. And if you do the most enjoyable path, you'll be able to be more consistent with it. And that is how people get sustainable results. So another thing I had Ian do was track a lot of things because a lot of people believe that simply get your nutrition and exercise right and you'll sustainably lose weight. And that's true to a degree. However, I had a different client, not Ian, I had a different client way before when I started that ate pretty good, worked out pretty consistently, and got okay weight loss results. It was not bad, but it wasn't the best. It was pretty slow compared to my standards, at least. However, we noticed that his stress was way down. He was always the super stressed, like 2 or 3 out of 10. And 10 being not just dull, 1 being extremely stressed. Right? So he was always super stressed. And when we fixed his stress levels through meditation, journaling, things like that, his weight loss accelerated. He got phenomenal results. So since then, I got everyone to track everything because what's slowing you down might not be the obvious thing. And for Ian, he did very well. This is his first couple of months. He didn't drink enough water and he didn't walk as much as I would have liked him to walk. Everything else was pretty good. And once we got this handled, his weight loss accelerated even more so. Before I move on to that, I want to mention that something that's really important, which is in what's the workouts, calories, and hitting his protein, it's not binary. The reason so many people fall off and lack being consistent is because if they aren't able to be perfect, they think they failed. And that is when they give up. But I continually emphasize it's not did you work out or did you not work out, but to what degree did you work out? To what degree did you exercise? Because let's say I gave him a 20-minute workout and he couldn't do 20 minutes. Well, can you do 20%? Can you do 5 minutes? Can you do 8 minutes? Can you do a bit? Right? You can always do something. So that's the great thing about having my clients track and Ian as well, right? Track everything through percentages rather than just say yes, no, because that decreases the chances of you saying no. Because let's look at protein, for example. A lot of people struggle with hitting enough protein, but if instead of 60, he were to say no because he wasn't 100, he would have felt discouraged. But because he said 60, then his mentality was, well, I did 60, can I do 80 the next day? And that's exactly what he did. So that is why it's so much better to break it down like this. Instead of either yes, no, just break it down into percentages because you might be really close. You just have to be a little bit better. You don't have to change everything completely. And in regards to water, how I got Ian to drink more water is I simply told him, have a water bottle within arm's reach at all times. And if you want to be extra sure that you drink water, you can have 3 water bottles in the 3 locations you spend the most time in. So for Ian, it was his living room, the couch, and the office. 3 water bottles in each location makes it a lot easier for him to grab the water bottle and drink more water. And that helped him lose weight tremendously. Also, I told Ian to set frequent alarm clocks throughout the day to remind him to drink water. Now he doesn't need to do any of that. He only has one water bottle now because he didn't like the other two, and so he just carries that around with him, and he doesn't need to use alarm clocks because he's always hydrated. It's a habit now. But initially, it wasn't a habit, so we had to make it a habit. And in regards to steps, Ian actually liked walking, but he didn't do it for whatever reason. But once he told me he likes walking, I'm like, hey, again, you like timed workouts, do more of that. You like walking, do more of that. Fantastic. And even if a couple of times a month I gave him like a long walk, I'd be like, hey, Ian, go walk for an hour. He would walk for 90 minutes, an hour and a half. And it's not like he did this once, he did this multiple times, many times a month where I gave him an hour walk, but he did an hour and a half walk because he loved walking. So that's really the key in regards to exercising and tracking. You will find the things that you're weak at, we can increase those up. And the things that you're strong at, you can make it even stronger. And that's how weight loss is pretty easy and sustainable, most importantly. And as I mentioned, this is when his weight loss just accelerated. Obviously, weight loss is never linear. It's never going to look like this. There's always going to be bumps. But the great thing about Ian was he communicated with me frequently. So what I asked Ian and what I ask all my clients is 24 to 48 hours before you travel, message me. Before you go to a wedding, let me know. Before you're going to have a super hectic, extra chaotic work week, let me know. And that way I can make those adjustments. And just because life gets extra hectic, the graph doesn't go all the way back up. Can make small adjustments, no problem, goes back down. Life gets extra hectic, no problem happens, goes back down. Because there's going to be ups and downs, fluctuations, no matter what. Even if you do everything right, that's going to happen. But the difference between the graph going up like this and going up, then continue going down, is simply communicating with me. That is why I value communication so much. And that's why all my clients that's been getting phenomenal results communicate with me very often. Now, obviously, now Ian is extremely happy and everything's great. However, before we started working together, he was more than skeptical. And that's because I live in Canada, he lives in Israel. And understandably, Ian wasn't sure about online coaching. He didn't think it would work for him. He never tried it before. But he knew not giving this a chance would lead to a life of regret because he's tried a bunch of things, failed a bunch of things, nothing was ever sustainable. And a month after Ian started, I actually went to visit him in Israel and we celebrated his 5 kgs or 11-pound weight loss. I went to Israel to visit my parents because that's where my parents live. And obviously, Israel is not that big of a country. So I'm like, hey, might as well go visit him as well. And I'm really glad I did. We had dinner. It was a fantastic time. I had a great conversation. Really, really enjoyed his company. And he messaged me this right before I met up with him for dinner that night. He said, I've lost 5 kgs in 1 month in the past. However, this was without a doubt the easiest and most enjoyable way to lose 5 kgs in a month. Again, 5 kgs is 11 pounds. We will celebrate this afternoon. I can't remember having such a feeling of accomplishment. And I really appreciate that message. And we definitely did celebrate. Ate a bunch of food, but there's nothing wrong with eating a bunch every once in a while because, again, you might go up, but if you do the right things, you'll eventually go back down. So, yeah. Also, right after this, as I mentioned, Ian travels a lot. He wanted to travel to the US. A few weeks later, he traveled to the US for his newborn kid, for his newborn grandkid. And Ian had to eat out very often because in Israel, obviously, he has his kitchen, he has his routine, everything is normal. But in the US, he had to be in an Airbnb in a place he's pretty unfamiliar with. It was next to his daughter's house, pretty close. He wasn't there, but like it was like 15 minutes away. But he still um, was unfamiliar with the routine. Everything was messed up. The time zone was all over the place. But he was still able to make things happen. Was he extra stressed? Yes. However, he still lost weight because of the health hacks system. And I even reminded him, but like, hey, I saw he didn't work out the day like later in the day. I'm like, hey, did you work out? And he's like, oh no, thank you for using the importance. Um, I was I was going to reply with a few justifiable excuses because obviously, again, he had a newborn grandkid. Life was extra stressful. He had to work extra hours, but he still made it happen. I realized that I can't find a way to do my workout at my daughter's place. Just finished and about to go to for an hour walk. And yeah, that's what champions do. Another message from Ian. He said it's official. He lost 15 kgs, which is 35 pounds, I believe. And more importantly, he says he feels 20 years younger, which is pretty valuable in my opinion. Now, much like all my other clients, Ian told me seeing the number on the scale go down on a weekly basis was the least exciting part. Feeling 20 years younger, fitting better into his clothes, having more energy, being an inspiration to his family, being overall happier, improved sleep quality, eliminating joint pain. This is what makes weight loss worth it. Another lovely message from Ian. I was so impressed with my results today, compared my side picture to the one 10 weeks ago. Incredible. And again, a lot of people believe they lack motivation, but the reality is they lack tangible results. Because Ian, despite him being super stressed, despite time zone changes, and despite so many things going on, he was motivated because he kept on getting results. And I believe if people get results, they keep getting motivated. So a lot of people think they don't have willpower or the motivation is low. That's not following the right plan. That's it. Because if you see your clothes fitting better, if you see the scale going down, you want to keep doing the things that got you where you got to. You want to keep doing the things that get you the results. You want to keep doing the things that will lower the scale and make your clothes feel better and that sort of things. Finally, I believe that if you aren't smiling from ear to ear when you look at yourself in the mirror, it is time for a change. Because Ian did not have this smile when we first started talking. It sounded like he was a stern or like unhappy person, but it was nowhere near like this. And imagine how much life would be better if every time you look in the mirror, you have to take a double look. You could be like, that's me? Yeah, that's me. I look good. I'm happy. Everything in life is wonderful. Because unlike every other skill, if you're fantastic at playing piano, fantastic at Rubik's Cube, you can't really take that with you, right? You can't be a weirdo if you take a Rubik's Cube with you everywhere you go. And you can't show off your piano skills unless there's a piano in the vicinity. However, you literally take your body with you everywhere you go at all times. And that's why fitness is the most transferable skills there is. So if you are serious about not just losing weight, but sustainably losing weight and keeping it off for good, message me Ian on X at DanielRazFit_fit. I always tell people to message me weight loss. However, if you message me Ian, that means I know you watched this video and I'll give you a little bit of a bonus. I don't want to spoil it for you, but yeah, I'll give you a bonus surprise if you decide to join my program. And worst case, even if you don't, I'll give you some valuable tips either way for you to get the result you want. Because obviously, I like changing people's lives, getting compliments, and seeing people happy. So if you're serious about stable losing weight, go ahead and message me, Ian, and I will hook you up with a nice deal. And yeah, let me know if you're ready to do it. And before I let you guys go, one last thing. Don't message me if you want to bench press more, if you want to run marathons, if you want to deadlift as much as possible, if you want to jump higher. I'm not your guy. That's not me. However, if you want to sustainably lose weight without going to the gym, I truly believe there's nobody better on earth who is more qualified and who has helped more people do it than me. So if that's you and you're super serious, then again, message me weight loss, or if you want to have the special bonus, message me Ian on X or Twitter at Daniel Raz Fit, at Daniel Raz_fit. All right. See you guys.